Round three, team. Welcome back. We are here at round three dinner. We are recapping UFC in Winnipeg, and then we are previewing UFC 116 Vegas, and that is Aljamain Sterling and Yusuf Zalal in the main event, in that event. Now, I was at work for a majority of this card for UFC Winnipeg that we're about to review. Top of the bill was Gilbert Burns and Mike Malott. As we know, Mike Malott had a very, very impressive finish in the third round over Gilbert Burns. And don't tell me Gilbert's old, this and that. No. You can't take anything from Mike Malott. So we are going to start all the way at the bottom at the prelims. We are only going to focus on two prelim fights. I'm sorry. It's been a long week. I'm very tired. So I got my buddy Chase down here. He's going to help me run the show. He's really going to run point for a majority of this UFC Winnipeg card. Okay. So Chase, take over for me here briefly. Yep. Jamie Siraj and John. Is it John Yanis? Is it John?
I think it's John. Maybe. Yeah, John. Yep.
Okay. So tell me the main thing you saw here. A few seconds.
Basically, Siraj, he just looked kind of nervous going in there. Giannis didn't have nothing to lose by the way it was looking in the fight, and just every time Siraj kept on coming in, he would go with like no trigger. So he was just coming in blind firing. Giannis would just catch him on the entry a lot of the time, and usually when Siraj was trying to get anything off, Giannis was just a little bit faster, and then eventually stuff to take down and big elbows to finish it off.
Yeah, brutal finish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome for Giannis because he came in on a short notice against Bashi, right? Last time.
Yes, I think it was supposed to be
so
somebody
good for
else.
him. Yeah, good for him to right the ship and yeah, get it back. That's awesome. Next fight, John Castaneda versus Valentin. I cannot remember the first name right now. What'd you see here, Chase?
All right. So this one, it was a draw. Obviously, I think it was a draw. Let me check to make sure.
You're right.
Yep. Okay. Because there was a point difference. So basically, the main thing for me is like John looked like he was very hungry. He was actually looking like the better fighter. I'm gonna be honest. Mark's good. I do like his style, and he's a little tough guy. But the problem is like with that very heavy hitter, slug it out style, he doesn't have a lot of power, and he's almost like a tiny Paulo Costa. But the way he throws is like 1 to 2 shots, where at least even with Paulo, when he was at 85, he was a big volume guy, even though he was a heavier handed guy. So that being said, when you see John and he's throwing these, nice touching shots, and I think he dropped them at one point, it just looked like they were way more effective. If he didn't kick him in the groin so many times and like do some cheeky stuff throughout the fight, he would have won hands down. But that being said, because he was having such a good fight, maybe he got a little bit excited at some certain points and everything else. He just got a little dirty. But
so it was a groin strike. Was that the point deduction?
Yeah. It was I think it was either second or third groin strike too, and it was pretty rough.
Okay. All right. Yeah, 28, 228, and then a 29-27, and then it was a 1 point deduction?
Yeah, it was only a 1 point deduction.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to try to get into the whole judging stuff. I will say, Valentin, though, I loved what I saw on tape. He was actually, I was thinking about taking him as my fight to break down on the Profit Pit. Kind of glad I didn't with the way it went. And he was also going to be my underdog lock. But obviously, where I went with that one. But yeah, no, I liked what I saw from Valentin. So interesting to see your take on that one. Next fight here, we got JJ, the Tomboy Aldrich, I'll say it again just really quick before you dive into this one for me, Chase.
Okay.
JJ Aldridge, I said this on the Profit Pit. I don't think you got to watch that yet, like you said before we started here. JJ Aldridge reminds me of the girl who used to get in there growing up and would play tackle football with all the guys. Like she just strikes me as that kind of a chick. But
I can see it.
Talk to me about what you saw here,
bro. This is the worst fight I've ever seen in my life. It was like point karate meets like, I don't know, the worst dance ever. It literally was like the fight version of that Australian chick that was in the Olympics breakdancing. Bro, like they needed like at this point you could have just gave them some fans or some fly swatters, bro. Like I think it would have done more damage. This shit was whack. Excuse my language, but like, good golly,
man,
this fight was so boring. I remember at one point I literally whipped out my phone. I was like, screw this. I'm gonna play some Magic the Gathering on my phone. And then every time I looked up, oh cool, nothing happened. I'm like, oh cool, nothing happened. Like honestly, when I was watching it, I thought Horth actually won. Just because she had more volume, she was striking a bit more from what I've seen. JJ was moving around, it was fine, but like even the damage at the end, like JJ looked like that giant forehead of hers was like swollen up in a few areas. So I don't know, man. I mean, it was they're both not gonna. They might both be shark food next for somebody that the UFC is trying to push. Because I know that when I was watching, and then they would circle because they were moving quite a bit. You've seen Dana on the phone the whole time, just looking down and just texting, and that had me cracking up. So every time I'd seen them or they would be around, everybody would just be looking down the whole time. You look around the golf arena. This fight was awful. It was probably one of the worst fights I've ever seen. Honestly, it was just like even when they were throwing stuff, there was no vibe. There was nothing to it. It was really like me just slapping somebody and everything. Like even when they hit kicks, it was just there was nothing on it. I don't know. It was a weird fight. It literally reminded me of like point karate. Awful, absolutely awful. And it's bad for the girls too because this is one of those fights where like you think it could have gone somewhere, right? But then when you go and watch it, it's just like there's nothing on it. Like I don't know. It's hard to explain. I don't know where their mindset was or what the idea was throughout the fight. Maybe they were hitting each other hard, but it was just bad. It was a bad look for women's MMA, in my opinion, too.
Yeah, I'll just touch on this briefly, mainly because this was a fight that my opponent on the Profit Pit and I both chose, believe it or not. So when I was emailing back and forth with MMA Fortune Teller, he was like, hey, you guys both get to pick a premium fight, and then you guys all give a play on the main card fights. I'm like, okay, cool. So he's like, I'll let you know in a minute who your opponent chooses. So he kind of gave him first dibs, which completely fine with. Don't mind at all. And I sent him, I said, I want to break down either this one, the Sarah Cam fight, the heavyweight fight that was a few fights from now that we're going to break down, or the Alan Nascimento versus Mitch Raposo fight, which got canceled. So he messaged me back and said, well, he actually picked the JJ Aldridge fight, so I thought that was actually funny. So I only say that just because, like you're saying, this seemed like a fight that was kind of a fight to watch in the prelims. Like, hey, this could kind of be a little bit of a scrap. So it's unfortunate that it turned out to be kind of boring. Shout out to everyone who's been in and out the chat. We are breaking down UFC Winnipeg, and then we are going to be reviewing UFC 116, Aljamain Sterling versus Yusuf Zalal. We are going to move on up here. But results for that fight, though, as you see, a questionable decision. Yes or no, Chase? Do you think JJ won?
From what I've seen, because like I said, I was watching it, but I wasn't watching it, if that makes sense. I didn't think so personally. Like her back was against the cage a lot of the time. She was wearing the damage more. Like I said, it was always in my peripherals, but every time I watched it was always Horth throwing like some snappy stuff, like karate style kickboxing. And like I said, at the end of the fight, she looked like she was more bruised up and she was swollen in a few areas. I didn't think she won it, just from what I seen.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, a lot of people were upset. I mean, they said that just from hearing MMA experts, as you know, that's my main go-to.
Yeah.
For the, his watch-alongs that he does, and he was shocked. And it's funny because it happens so often, man. When I'm watching that guy, he's always so confident on one side or the other in a close fight when it's clearly a close fight. The chat's talking. We go, it's close, but they and then he's always so shy. I'm like, every time I wasn't even shocked when it happened like that because it happens so many times when I'm watching him. He's so confident when then he's just like wide-eyed, like, oh, this is a robbery. Oh my gosh. But moving on. Croden versus Zelishinova. What'd you see here? Because this was kind of from what I was hearing, it was kind of a comeback. I was on Croden in this fight. So I was cool with with how this one played out. What did you see exactly?
I mean, it's kind of a dogfight, and then you just seen her kind of get that wind back later. I mean, like I said again, I'm not the best at following girls' fights. I usually just fall asleep for some reason. It looked like she was losing in the beginning and just kind of got like on the back foot, but then she started picking it up a little bit later. I mean, that's all I really seen on it personally. Like I said, usually the girls' fights, I'm disconnected a lot of times. Unfortunately, guys, I will get better at that if they're good fights. Usually they're not, though, if I'm being honest with you. But if there is a good one, I promise I will make sure I go back and I watch myself. And I've done it, and I've seen really good girls' fights. Speaking of something, yeah, exactly. I mean, you watch Joanna and Zhang Weili, right? One of the best fights ever. That was one of the first fights, actually. That was the first fight I ever got my fiance to watch. And I'm like, you can't wait for the main event. And then the main event ended up being a bore fest, obviously, between Izzy and Yoli Romero. So they made the night that night, so it was very entertaining. That being said, though, a lot of these fights aren't the greatest. So unfortunately, I'm terrible at paying attention to a lot of the girls' fights unless like there's something in the beginning. And then once they start doing the same thing that most girls do, I kind of disconnect. This fight, like I said, from what I've seen, a lot of being on the back foot and then trying to come back later. That's the only thing I really noticed personally.
Were you okay with the decision?
I thought it was okay personally, but that's my opinion from the stuff I've seen. I paid even less attention to this fight than I did the other girl fight.
Yeah, it looks like Croden just got the grappling going later on. Because I know the first round, it seems like Zelishinova, just from what I was listening to, Zelishinova won the first round. But now on to Tanner Bozier and Gokhan Sarasham, one of the two. This was my fight that I ended up locking in for the profit pit. And now, Chase, I'll tell you, I felt really good about it because I did the tape and I made the call. And I what I wanted was Saracam by KO round 1 or 2.
Oh, nice.
But the teller didn't have it prompted and locked and loaded and ready. He's only got so much. And he's like, so I just took him by KO straight up, which worked out. And the guy I went against took Saracam by decision. He's like, I don't see the KO. I don't see it. Well, Saracam's been fighting at heavyweight his whole career. Tanner Bozier has been back and forth between heavyweight and light heavyweight. And as of recently, past 3 years or so, he's been at light heavyweight. So he's been cutting that weight. He's been fighting the lighter opponents. And he's been out of the UFC for 3 years. And his last fight was in like the UAE against a guy who was retiring after. I don't know if you're familiar with any of this, Chase, but yeah, it was some guy. I mean, if you look down his record, it was retirement. And if you go and watch the fight, I mean, it was a snooze fest. And Tanner Bozier was doing what he usually does, just kind of jab at a time from the outside. Yeah. Not much. So it's funny, he actually attempted a takedown here because he's 0 across the boards, like I said in the profit pit, Tanner Bozier was. And that's why I picked Gokhan in this fight. Because the only fighters that have given him trouble are grapplers.
Gotcha.
Okay. He's 11-2. I know he's gotten subbed, or he's 12-2 now. I know he's gotten subbed once, and I can't remember what his other loss was, but I did watch his submission loss, and that guy was levels above Tanner Bozier, 6'8", like a true giant heavyweight, and that which Tanner Bozier was not. So I was very confident in this one, and it panned out. If you when you have time, Chase, and everyone else here in the chat and watching the replay, go back and watch my little video here. I cut it. It's a video or two before this one, not in the live streams, but just in my video streams. It's my GoCam call from the Profit Pit. So check that out. Chase, we are already 15 minutes, and we're on the prelim still. So LeBlanc versus Valentin. Quick sub. We talking about this? What do you got to say?
Oh, that's exactly it. Just a quick sub. Fast on the takedown. Valentin really needed it after the Ultimate Fighter, everything like that, because I feel like if you didn't get this, you wouldn't hear from him again. But just right on the face, nice face crank. LeBlanc obviously was the favorite to come out and win this one, but Valentin was fighting like he, was about to lose his job, and he was just basically.
No, but LeBlanc was the underdog.
LeBlanc was the underdog.
Yeah, believe it or not, I was shocked too. No, I was actually on LeBlanc. LeBlanc was one of my. I put a little video out. My 4 favorite underdogs this week. Oh. LeBlanc was one of them. Yep.
I'm literally even looking at his records. I thought there was something in there that I didn't see, but no, he was on like a 4-fight winning streak before this too.
I was shocked, man. I could not believe it.
Yeah, and then they had Valentin is on a 3-fight losing streak before this. That's why I was saying he was about to lose his job.
Yeah.
No way.
I was blown away.
Yeah. Well, good for him then. Wow, that's really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you watched it, you probably know better than I did because I was just listening. I mean, his mom passed away this week.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's terrible, and that's awesome that he got through fight week, and God bless him, honestly. And I hope. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know. I don't really want to talk too much about that. That's terrible. So congratulations to Valentin. I mean, I'm sure he's going to get extended. Mm-hmm. We'll probably see him for at least another 3 to 6 fights, is my guess. Yeah. Bazookia versus Barbosa. This one, I feel, went just how everyone thought. This is one that we called in the Profit Pit. I called KO straight up. Teller locked me in at -225. Excuse me. TKO odds took him at KO in the first round at like a +120 or something. So that was a good call on his side. What did you see here, Chase?
I actually thought Barbosa was about to be in a rough fight. He looked stuck in the mud in the beginning, and then like you see Bazookia, he just was beating him up on the outside, touching him, had a little bit of better like just flowing like the kickboxing style. But when he crashed in the center and he wanted a gunfight with him, Barbosa just ended up rolling underneath his own hook and then just tossing a hook between the roll. And he caught him. Like, I know it's the highlight of the night, basically, that they keep on re-showing everywhere. But
I didn't even see it yet.
Yeah, he caught him in underneath a hook and then just re-threw his own hook, which was nice. But he was going to have a rough night. He looked kind of stuck in the mud. Well, I don't know if that was his first UFC fight or what, but it just seemed like he was just slow on the outside.
Yeah, it was his he had a Contender Series fight.
Okay.
And then this was his actual fight in the UFC. And then he opened the main card. Yeah. He opened the main card. So that's I mean, that's a big spot.
Yeah. And then I think his opponent used to fight at 55 before cutting to 45 too. So you could see there was a bigger size to him as well. So I don't know. I mean, I think Bazookia, he's still gonna have a really good career, but I don't know. He just got caught, and it happens, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it's 3 straight losses for him, I believe. So
yeah,
we'll see what the UFC does with them.
Yeah.
All right, Gage. I'm sorry, Gage. All right, let's talk about Gage here. Jeez.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead. Take it over, Chase.
All right, cool. So former opponent, he actually looked pretty good. I'm gonna be honest. I got to give him his flowers. First round, was a little bit a little bit hesitant with the grappling exchanges, and you've seen him like get his back taken pretty solidly by Moses. And Moses, in that first round looked like he really good composure, started breaking him down to then take his back after, having that back position. He was off to the side, so it made it a little bit harder, so he wasn't going to get any chokes or anything like that. But very good control, was fighting him pretty good there. The thing that I did like that Gage was doing, he was keeping really good composure, especially when he did have his back taken, and just kept on fighting the hand positioning and stuff like that. There's some stuff, there is some holes, obviously, I think, with his ground game still. That being said, like, he's definitely way better than when we fought, and it seems like he's getting way more comfortable on the ground, because in certain situations before, you'd see him spaz or pull out of certain situations, but now he's like really composed. He was able to get out of, a very acclaimed, very good grappler like Moses. And the rest of the fight, like, I got to talk about Gage's striking to his wrestling defense. It looked awesome, honestly. I thought that he solemnly won rounds 2 and rounds 3 for sure. Every time Moses was getting tired, especially in the third, after getting popped a bunch, he was trying to pull him into the guard. Gage is just being pretty smart, playing to the crowd. Even when he had him rocked, knowing not to go fully into the guard, hit him a few times and it would pull out. I will even say this. I know they gave it a split decision. I don't see how at all. Honestly, I gave Gage the unanimous decision. I thought he lost the first round, but he definitely won the second and the third. So good for him. Very, very, very big win for him as well. So we'll see what he does next. Maybe give him like maybe just before the top 15 guys, or you could just throw him in with maybe number 15 or something like that, just to get his name in the rankings. But definitely a good start.
Yeah, that's basically, I mean, you described exactly what MMA experts did. So, I mean, you obviously watched the fight. Sorry about that, everybody. Yeah, this was our underdog lock of the week. Yeah. We were on Thiago Moises, obviously, because my homeboy Chase fought him. And I'm on my platform now, so I'll be able to say it. I had some guy jump in the comment section on the Profit Pit, and he kind of had some choice words about Chase's fight. I brought it up there, and I don't think I was too unfair with what I said. I basically said that Chase and Gage had a fight 5 years ago, which was quite a while ago. So I was shocked that he was so touchy about it. And that Chase had Gage in all kinds of trouble. And I don't think that's unfair. I don't think that's inaccurate. Yeah, Gage landed effective shots against Chase. Yeah. Sure. You dropped him in the second round. We all know. I mean, you can go back. It's well documented. But Chase had him in a deep triangle in the first round, busted him up with plenty of elbows, and had his back for the last minute of the third round, with Gage looking like a fish out of water. So I stand by what I said on the Profit Pit. Chase had Gage Young in all kinds of trouble back in their fight 5 years ago. FAC promotion. Go look it up. Chase Keebler versus Gage Young. Awesome fight, and it's always worth a rewatch.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to move on now, Chase.
Okay.
Jasmine Jasovicius, Karine Silva. This was one of my most confident picks, and I took this fight on the Profit Pit to end inside the distance, with Jasmine Jasovicius ending it.
Nice.
That obviously didn't happen. She won by decision. Mm-hmm. What did you see in here, Chase?
I seen that she had a Zin in the whole fight.
Was she chilling?
Dude, she literally had a Zin in her
did she really?
Yeah, bro. I promise you, go watch. Like, when she's getting water, you can literally see her like moving the Zin around with her tongue, and it goes right into her lip. Gosh. So I don't know if this might actually get her fight like a no contest or something for nicotine.
That's terrible.
Yeah, bro. I promise that would be the craziest, funniest thing ever, besides the Greg Hardy inhaler. But yeah, no, she had a Zin in, bro.
Shout out random BX in the chat. I can't imagine that it is legal. I
Yeah,
can't. I don't think
you
that
can't have that during
is.
a fight. Because that's the biggest thing, right? So like here's gonna be their argument.
I mean, they were freaking out. What was the heavyweight's name? Help me
Greg
out,
Hardy,
Chase.
the inhaler.
Yes, the inhaler.
Yep.
So I mean, if you can't even have an inhaler in a fight, I don't think you can.
If they'll say it's a performance enhancing drug, they're gonna literally say that the nicotine was.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro.
Okay.
I'll see. Like later, I'll send it to you because I know I remember.
No, please do. Please do.
It had me cracking up, bro. Because like I actually like I heard her post fight speech and stuff like that, and then I was paying attention to some of it because I ended up having to go somewhere for a bit for this one. But I remember like looking in the corner. I'm like, this is kind of weird. And I was like staring at it for a minute. I'm like, what happened there? And then later on, come to find out, yeah, she had a Zyn in there. Because when she was drinking the water, she had to take it herself because she wasn't getting it and she didn't want to wash it back and ended up drinking it. I was cracking up, bro, because she took her mouth guard out. You see it moving around. And then, but anyway, she got the fight done. Obviously, I think it's going to get turned over for no contest, especially after they see this and it starts going mainstream. But yeah, I mean, cool. Good for her. And now she's, even if it goes no contest, this is actually going to get her out there even more with this little stunt she pulled.
No, random MBX. I appreciate you being active in the chat, but no, I hear you. Yeah, she may not. It may not get overturned. She may get fined. She may get fined though. If I think that that might be in the cards. Yeah. Suspension. I don't know, maybe something. I don't think it'll be anything too above board, or too loud. She's a really big star, at least for Canada, anyways.
Yeah, I was about to say I've never heard of her before this one. I'm not trying to be rude.
Oh yeah, they have their. She's one of the Canadians they love. Her, Mike Malott, obviously,
and then
they're featured. Yes. What is her name?
She beat Thug Rose.
Did she? I don't. Yeah. Well, yes. Yeah. We're gonna move on here. We've been on this. We've been on this fight for way too long. You see, I mean, goodness, hardly 30 significant strikes in 3 rounds between these two ladies. So
the Zyn is the name.
I want to see all fights with Zyns, to be honest. I love it. Oh gosh. On the next fight. Yeah, oh goodness. I'm gonna run point on this one, Chase.
Go right ahead.
So, gosh, I almost don't even want to ruin it for you since you haven't watched the episode. But I wanted Nalo by knockout or decision, right? And that was at a plus 105.
Okay.
Right before I locked it in, and we were moving on to the next fight, right? Mm-hmm. And then Teller was going on and saying, "Oh well, Jai Herbert can get a knockout of his own, and this and that." So blah blah blah. And then I was looking at the odds, and I'm like, "Man, well, fight to end by knockout is plus 100." I was like, Teller, I stopped him before. I was like, "Can I stop you?" I was like, let me just take the fight to end by knockout. It's basically the same, and it's still plus money, right? Mm-hmm. I am so glad I did that because I want to say I won the profit pit by like 1/10 of 100, man. Like I'm plus 2.24, and I want to say TKO odds is like plus 2.11. It's crazy how close it is, man. You'll see. Yes, it was super clutch, random, super clutch. So I feel really good about that one. And shout out Teller for kind of saying that, because I would have just locked it in the way it was. But I didn't watch the fight. I just heard. I didn't even listen to this one along. I just kind of tuned in to the watch along right after the finish happened. So how did everything play out, Chase?
Honestly, Nalo was in very good control in the beginning. Hurt him bad, like really early. But obviously, Herbert and the type of fighter he is, it's still having that power, especially in the kickboxing world. He caught him, man. He ended up catching him. And after he caught him, he just stayed on the gas. And you can see Nalo was trying to get it back. So he's still trying to engage, try to hit him after getting rocked, and he just couldn't get his feet back, bro. That was the biggest thing. Like if Nalo could get his feet back, I think Herbert would have potentially lost like later on, but Herbert just kept on the gas and he stayed on him even though he was hurt. I think Nalo, unfortunately, because he was still trying to get it back so much and trying not to look like he was hurt, put himself in more of a detriment because at one point even he got the stanky leg and Jai could see it and started putting it on him. And basically when he was on the ground, a few more shots and then they called it. Good on Jai. Like I was kind of thinking he was gonna win personally. But Nalo, this ain't a fight to scoff at. I think they're gonna bring it back after this for sure.
Yeah, that's a rough one. Random, you didn't lose too much on Nalo, did you? I hope not, brother. We're gonna move on here. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Let's open up this Skyler from the. All right, this was one. Like I said, I caught probably the most of the last round, Chase. So I'm kind of with you on this one. It just seemed like Phillips was still throwing. He was still countering for the most part.
Yeah.
I don't know why he had his hand raised though at the end, like he won. I don't. How did you see it?
I thought Phillips got it done. I mean, I'll just even say it like this. Yeah, like I thought I wanted Jourdain to win. I like Jourdain's style personally. I think he's more exciting, especially at 135. I mean, I thought Phillips got it done to where even if you go look at Jourdain, like, you know, they just show like the recaps, people raising their hand. Dude, his head is down the whole time. When they announce him as the winner, his mouth immediately goes, and he goes like this and raises his hand like afterwards because he was in such shock. He thought he lost.
Yeah, he didn't seem that confident. Jourdain was not raising his hand. So I was like, what are they going to call here?
I mean, I thought it was good either way. And it was a good fight for Jourdain. And even with Phillips losing, like it's a fight that everybody's going to argue that he won. Almost like the who's the one that Patty beat and he shouldn't have? Greg Jordan or something? Jordan?
Jared Gordon. Yeah.
Jared Gordon. See, my man. That's why you're the number one host, bro. Yeah, no, it's gonna be like one of those things. And then he started getting his career going after that. And now with this fight, him losing, you know, I think he's gonna piggyback off this, and a lot of people are actually gonna put eyes on him now because of this.
Yeah, random in the chat. I don't know. Are you able to see these chat comments, Chase, or no?
No, I'm just hearing it from the narrator.
Okay, yeah, we got this. My boy Random. He was basically saying the judges didn't really look at control time a lot in this card. They were just focused on damage. He said damage is the main thing for these judges.
I would agree. Yeah, because there was another fight too where I thought they lost, but it was more damage from the other person. That's what it seemed like it was the whole night.
Okay.
Yeah, I would agree. That's one thing I even pointed out.
All right. Good call then there, Random. And yeah, it depends on where you're fighting at.
Yeah.
It really depends on where you're fighting at. Mm-hmm. All right, so here we are at the top. Chase didn't pan out like we planned, right? We just like fights, man. We like fights, we like to talk it. So it is what it is. Gilbert Burns, Mike Malott. This is one that we had wrong here. The round 3 team. We had it wrong.
Yeah.
I really just thought that the level of competition that Gilbert was fighting was just, it was going to pan out in this fight. It was going to show itself in this fight, I should say. I really feel that Mike Malott before this fight, I should say, would have lost to the 4 opponents that Gilbert Burns had in his last 4 fights.
Yeah. That's a fair assessment.
Being Michael Morales, help me out, Chase, if you can. Bilal Muhammad.
Hamzat.
No, Hamzat wasn't in there. He was 5 or 6 ago.
You're right. That's right.
Sean Brady was in there.
Yep. It was Morales, Brady, Jack Della Maddalena, and
JDM. Yeah. I mean, come on. And then he beat Jorge, right? Wasn't that the one before?
The full fight history, so I can see. Yeah, he beat Jorge. That was his.
And that was like the fifth fight back. So
And Magny. I didn't even know he fought Neil Magny.
yeah,
Jeez.
and that was one that's that's per prime example here, guys.
No.
MMA math does not work,
No.
right?
No.
So you can't. Fighters change, people change. I mean, people evolve, and that's exactly what Malott showed, in my opinion, because this Malott versus the Malott that fought Kevin Holland, two completely different fighters.
Oh.
Two completely different fighters.
Yeah.
So hats off to Malott for an awesome performance, and then hats off to Gilbert Burns for a phenomenal career.
Mm-hmm.
So Chase, I'm done on that one. That's all I got. I've recapped it a few times. I've talked about this fight probably 20 times on air this week. So please go ahead.
All right. So the biggest thing that I took away from this personally, and I think a lot of people will agree with me if they actually watched it, compared to like his Kevin Holland fight, he does way better as the guy that is the taller fighter or the longer fighter. Now, when somebody has that advantage on him, he crashes a lot. But when he's that taller fighter, he has a little bit more confidence in his defense, because the only thing that Gilbert kept on trying to reach in was that giant overhand. I think he hit him like once or twice in the beginning of the fight, but after that, then Malott just stayed on the outside and then started hitting that winging uppercut and then started faking it to the two. And then when he started getting scared of everything coming down the center, that's when you seen that big hook become on the backside, right? So that being said, I think Malott does fine on the outside, especially when he's a taller fighter. That being said, though, we'll see how he does against the stiffer competition coming later.
Yep.
Especially when you got a lot of those guys that like let's say Pratas, depending on how Pratas does against JDM, which I have JDM on that one, just to give you guys like a quick preview whenever that happens. If he loses, I think they run him versus Malott.
I think I do too. Talking about the Pratas and JDM fight, that's going to be so fun to break down. I cannot wait for it.
Same. Like JDM's one of my favorites.
Random. Yes. I'm with you, man. It sucks. I love Gilbert Burns, and that was probably a lot of my pick, and I maybe it clouded my judgment a bit. But I genuinely feel that, I mean, Mike Malott just showed levels here. He really did. I did not see this on tape. I did not see this Mike Malott on tape. Was not expecting this. I mean, it's a pleasant surprise too. The UFC needs it. Canada needs it, right?
Yeah.
So, and the size difference, you're right on that too, Random. I mean, Gilbert, he looked like a 155er again in there. He did. He looked like he did in that Dan Hooker fight.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's where I'm at with this one, man. Yeah, just congrats to Gilbert. Congrats to Mike Malott. But this is one, man, I was not clutch with. You ready for this, Random? Ready for this one, Chase? I had the over 2.5. Look at what time that fight ended.
Yeah.
22 seconds. That's all I needed from you, Gil. 22 seconds. No, but it was crazy seeing just this is the last thing I have on this one. I'm going to give two more things I got on this fight.
Okay.
The way Gilbert was getting marked up, right? Yeah, it was really tough, Random. Yeah, that was my call for Profit Pit, right? And then he had TKO odds had the round 4 not to start. So he got me. He got me in this one. Like, so it was really tough. And then he had Jasmine Jasvicius by decision. So he got me on that one. He made some good calls. I mean, it's like I said, I don't know who's going to win. I think I got him by a hair, but he might have got me by a hair, depending on what numbers exactly Teller locked us in for. So I have no clue. But back to the two things I want to talk about. The way Gilbert got marked up. Like, there was one punch he got hit with. I think it was like a right hook. And his left cheek, Chase, I don't know if you remember, it instantly, like a video game, like the video games, like instantly swelled up and like was about ready to bleed. It was crazy how fast it happened. And then Mike Malott's anti-wrestling. I talked about it a little bit in my my recap. You were in wrestling. You're
Mhm.
black belt in jiu-jitsu, so you've been in plenty of grappling situations. Random. He probably did bust a verbal. He must have, because it happened so fast. I've never seen nothing like that. Not, I mean, I'm sure I have, but not in recent memory. It's crazy. But Mike Malott's anti-wrestling. Chase, people always, if you ask a lot of wrestlers offhand, you know, how do you defend a takedown? Right? They'll say a sprawl. They'll say,
Mhm.
you got to stuff the head. Right? You got to do X, Y, or Z. I was in wrestling in junior high school. I'd
Mhm.
had a short stint my freshman and senior year of high school. So I've grappled plenty in my life. And I've been in the room with grapplers who have went on to wrestle in D1 colleges and who have had successful careers. So first line of defense is here.
Yeah.
Hands. Yeah. And that's what Mike Malott did beautifully last night. He didn't let Gilbert get in and then start playing the grappling game and dig in. No. The second Burns went to enter, hands on him and creating distance.
Mhm.
Did not let him start any kind of grappling scenario. And that's what I love to see. Like that's the way you implement your game plan. And that's why Mike Malott didn't get tired. He could have won 10 rounds last night fighting that way. So it's good to see that. I love to see athletes who take their career serious and make strides like that. I'm a Mike Malott fan now. I really am. So we're gonna move on, Chase, unless you have anything else on it.
No, that was about it.
All right, we're midway through. We are gonna switch over here. And Chase, I forgot to open with the question I was going to.
Nice.
What'd you have for dinner?
Ooh, tonight I made
Yeah.
sweet potatoes, like baked sweet potatoes. And
Okay.
then, because I love cooking, this is actually fun. I then cut the sweet potato in half after baking it, and I did uh like a bulgogi style beef. I put it on top of that, and I'm smashing it down into it, and
Okay.
then a, a fried egg on top of that with some avocado.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's that fighter meal right there.
Oh,
I
bro,
just had
yeah.
some lamb chops. I had some lamb
Yeah, lamb
chops.
chops? Oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
dude, that's a perfect question. I love cooking. That's a really good question.
So yeah, I mean, this is round 3 dinner. That's the name of our series, right? That's the name of our show. So I figured, we'll at least we'll open or close and just talk about some food.
Hell yeah, my dog. That's perfect.
So let's see here. Alucard versus Pelostri. That's not a terrible fight. Man,
Mm,
strawweights, 115 pounds. Ladies are so tiny. Oh, goodness. Is this the Filo who got cut? No, this is 125.
yeah.
Rocha's he's a banger, right? This Brazilian guy, I'm pretty sure I've seen
Yeah.
him fight.
I think we talked about him before. I think this fight got moved or something.
This is the one I wanted to talk about, Chase. This is it. And
Okay.
Random, if you're still in the chat with us too, I want to know your opinion. How they fall from grace. Chase, help me out. Pull out
Silva?
Buena Silva's record.
Okay.
Tell me how many fights ago she fought for the title.
Oh, geez.
Because she
Oh,
went from
gosh.
fighting for the
Yeah.
title to the 3rd fight up on the prelims.
Oh, no.
3 fights?
2024. So it was, yeah, 1, 2, 3. She lost 3 fights, and then she lost, obviously, to Pennington. But that was in 2024, January.
So she lost. How many fights has she's lost 4 in a row?
Yeah. She lost the championship fight.
Jesus.
And that was the Duplessis and Strickland fight. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, she's lost 4. She fought again in June. She lost. She fought again in February of 25. She lost. And then November of 25, she lost.
Man. Well, I mean, this is just a prime example of how fighters fall. They go from The Pennington fight, that wasn't a main event, was it?
No, it's co-main because you had
There you go.
Yeah, and Strickland.
Title fight in a co-main event to the third spot up on the prelims.
Yeah. And being fed, basically.
Yeah, chat. Look, there's usually like 14 fights, 12 to 14 fights on a card, roughly.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a 10-spot drop in 3 fights. That's a crazy fall from grace. I mean, then yeah, she's fighting a 7-0. I don't know much about this Montage young lady here, but yeah, this is interesting. Chase, pull something up on Montage. Just record, just what she's got going on.
Okay, cool. Because I don't know anything about her either, so not a bad move.
She's a grappler, I assume. Takedown accuracy 71%.
Yeah, she's a big stubber. She won in Bellator, PFL, and she just won her last fight for the UFC by decision.
Is that Contender Series?
No, it was on the Olberg versus who? Olberg versus Reyes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but she's been around the game for a while. It looks like she fought in a couple of big promotions. Yeah, she was PFL, Bellator, PFL, and then the Olberg fight, so UFC.
She's big. 5'9", 135.
Yeah, American Top Team as well.
Yeah,
out
of New Zealand. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I wanted to touch on that one just because. Yeah, Buena Silva. I really like Buena Silva. Really like watching her fight. But yeah, she's been going downhill, and she's got a lot of issues. She got like stuff going on. I don't know. She's pulled out of fights for, reasons I'm not going to bring up on here. She's just, I don't know.
Gotcha.
Won't touch too much on that. Yeah, I don't like getting into fighters' personal lives.
Of course.
So, anything else you see here? McVeigh, Cedric Dumas.
They're both
I'm surprised Cedric Dumas is still employed.
Both of them. They're both on a losing streak.
Yeah.
2 losses for McVeigh, and then I think 3 losses or 4 losses for Dumas.
Yeah, oh wow, Rodolfo Vera here. Next fight here, buddy.
Yeah.
And McConaughey. That's interesting that they're matching them up. That's a weird matchup.
Well, McConaughey, I think, was on a losing streak too.
Well, he just beat.
Did he just win? Okay.
Who did he beat? What's his name? He was at your fight. The guy who was in the corner for England.
Yeah, he beat Brundage, but then he just lost or whatever. Badgergar. I'm saying it completely terribly wrong. Sorry, guys. I'm terrible at pronouncing names. I didn't learn how to read until high school. So, yeah, I don't know. He lost to somebody named Badgergar, so probably somebody from Russia, more than likely.
All right, yeah, that's interesting. Rivera is so inconsistent. You never know which version you're getting of that guy. Sometimes he comes out there and he's like, as we know, this dominant grappler. Mm-hmm. And then other times he's striking well and blending things well. Other times he looks like he's scared to death. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen some of his walkouts. The guy looks like he can't breathe, like he's struggling for air. It's crazy how anxious he gets. But I guess he's worked with like sports psychologists and stuff and gotten that under control because he really had like some performance anxiety issues, which
I can see that. It's just
I get it. Like it's
that jiu-jitsu world where he's the top dog and now he's trying to do something where he's getting punched in the head. I see that a lot with jiu-jitsu athletes, like especially like my school back in Detroit where I was a part of. Like a lot of those guys get really super nervous going to these grappling matches, and now he's taking it even a step farther going into MMA. So it's probably something I have to do with that.
Yeah. All right. Buchecha versus Ryan Spann. Another one. I didn't know Ryan's. I kind of had a feeling he was still in the UFC, but it wouldn't have surprised me if they cut Ryan Spann going into this Paramount deal. So
I'm not gonna lie, I thought Buchecha and Spann were both cut because Buchecha was on a 2-fight losing streak. with the UFC. Or he got a draw that last one. Okay, I thought he lost the last one. Okay.
Jeez,
That's
1.7 significant strikes a minute. How many fights does Buchecha have in the UFC?
He has 2. He lost the first one,
that makes sense.
and I thought he lost the second one because the first one he lost. I was so hype about him because talking about my old school in Detroit again, my coach Anthony really put me on him because that was his favorite grappler, still one of his favorite grapplers to this day. And I got to meet Buchecha when he was getting ready for his debut in the UFC because I was out in Vegas. Really nice guy, pretty big too. But watching his fight, he kind of got pieced up a bit. But I thought he got cut after his draw, which I thought was a loss. But then Spann, I don't know. I didn't even know Spann went up to heavyweight because I know he was 205.
Yeah. This is probably his 3rd or 4th fight at heavyweight, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, yeah, that's my opinion. I hope Buchecha wins personally, just because
you check that for me, Chase. I don't think he has a win at heavyweight.
Let me look. No, he won his last fight.
Did he?
By submission against somebody.
What's the name?
Lukazu. He's from Poland. I couldn't even tell you.
Yeah. I vaguely remember the fight.
Okay. And the guy was 9-7-1. Ooh. Yeah, the guy. Yeah. Oh, he actually beat Walter Walker, though. That was his last win. This dude that Spann beat was Walter Walker, but then he lost. So.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird. I hope you said
okay, Barcelos versus Montel Jackson here. This is a good fight.
I got nothing on this one, so if you want to say anything on it, go ahead, bro.
No, I mean, it's just going to be a striking affair. I'm not like big on either of these gentlemen, but
yeah,
they're both tall for the weight class and striking based. I don't know where this is at on the card. I have a feeling. Are we on the main card yet?
Yeah, maybe.
This is the main card.
Is the Brazilian dude the one that beats all like the prospects, or has been beating all the prospects?
You know what, man? I won't lie to you. Off of memory, I'd have to go back. I don't know if Randoms in the chat can help us out, but
he is, bro. Okay, so this is how I know him then, because I was about to say I don't even know who he is, but he beat Peyton Talbot, and then after he beat Talbot,
okay.
And then he beat Simon, so he's on a 4-fight winning streak. He's beaten like all the prospects that they had, basically.
And Montel Jackson, did he lose to? Don't tell me, Figgy last time, right?
I think so. Let me look. All right, here he is.
That was a really boring fight.
Was it? Yeah, he lost it.
Yeah, by decision. Yeah, super. Which, yeah, I cashed actually because I took Figgy by decision in that fight, which I just kind of had a feeling. I'm like, this is going to be a snooze fest, but we'll see. I think, yeah, early lean Barcelos for me.
Yeah, I would say so. He's on a 4-fight winning streak against like hot dogs right now. And the only thing is, I guess, with his age, 38. So when did he peter off?
Davey Grant.
Oof.
And Martinetti. I don't know the first name on that one. 17-1, 30-year-old Martinetti going against 40-year-old Davey Grant. It's like they just want him to go away at this point or something. Yeah, Davey Grant was looking old as a mug, man. When I saw him in some interviews the other day, it was crazy.
Yeah, this kid's on a really good fight winning streak. 1, 2. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 16-fight winning streak.
Jeez. Wow. So he went 1-1 and then went on a 16-fight win streak.
Yeah, because he won his first 2 fights, lost. Okay, so he's like on a 14-fight or something like that.
Whatever. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
When's the last time he lost?
His 3rd fight. And that
what year?
Let me look. Yeah, let me go back and look because I just exited off of it. It was 2017.
I see that cry. Just love stuff like that. Like people go undefeated so many years in a row. Is this his UFC debut?
Yes, because he won on the Contender Series, so this will be his first
Yeah, so
fight.
this guy hasn't lost in 9 years. He's 30.
Yeah,
It's crazy. Went almost his whole 20s undefeated. That's
yeah,
nuts. That is crazy. And you said yes to the UFC debut?
yeah, because he won the Contender
Okay.
Series. This will be his debut. I think they're just trying to give him some hype and some love.
Yeah, yeah. I think they're telling Davey Grant it's time. He's all confident and saying the right things in the interviews, and he's scrappy. I mean, we all know Davey Grant now, but
Yeah.
I can't believe he's 40. He's really 40. Gosh. Okay. Is it Rafael Garcia? I think this is Rafael Garcia, right?
Rafa. Or it might be Rafael.
Rafa Garcia.
Yeah, Rafa.
Yeah,
Rafa.
something like that. Okay.
RAFA.
And Anthony Hernandez,
Anthony
right?
Hernandez. We talk about him every single dinner. That's our dog.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and say it. Every single stream, anytime this guy's brought up, the best trash talk goes wrong is Anthony Hernandez and Cowboy Cerrone. Go look it up if you haven't already. It is so satisfying. It's hilarious. It's great. It's all of it. But go ahead and run a point on this one, Chase, because I don't know much about Rafa Garcia, and I do not like Anthony Hernandez that much.
Wow, how dare you? That is my guy lately.
Just to be honest.
Rafa actually knocked out Jared Gordon in his last fight. He looked pretty good. I think he's a solid fighter. I don't think he beats Hernandez right now. I think Hernandez is coming into his own. He's really feeling confident, and he's starting to actually look like a very, well-rounded fighter right now. Rafa's got good pressure, and he kind of breaks guys, is what I've noticed with his fights.
Random, stick around. We'll do that after this fight. Stick around. We'll do that after this fight. Keep going, Chase.
He lost to Grant Dawson in one of his last two. I think he's good. I think if he gets it past the second round, or maybe even to like the middle of the second round, he probably has a higher chance of beating Hernandez. But I don't know. I got Hernandez on this one. I'm really liking the fighter he became as of late.
Yeah, no, he's a good fighter. I mean, I like the way he fights. I just that cowboy fight.
I can hear the disdain in your voice.
I just the cowboy fight. I can't get that out of my head. I just can't. So you know what? For my boy Random here, being active in the chat and sticking around, he has a comment here that says side tangent. Imagine if Hoke get lost. So let's talk about that a little bit. What do you if Hoke would have lost? I mean, you're talking Curtis Blades. I mean, does that do anything for him?
No.
That doesn't put him in like a title talk, does it?
No, they would just run him versus Alexander
Volkov.
Yeah, Volkov. They would just run that fight.
Oh, I see. I'm sorry. So random saying like trash talk gong. Yeah. That would be up there. That would definitely be up there. But that's more like he's just playing a game and playing around and playing a character. More so like Anthony Hernandez was serious. He was like really insulting Cowboy and like really just like everything he said he was believing. We've all seen the little clips of Hokit like, apologizing to the media, like and you've seen him back in college and wrestling and stuff. That's not him. But Anthony Hernandez, how he was acting in the Cowboy interviews and that lead up to that was him. That was actually him. That was not an act. So, but I'm with you on that. I all that being said, I'm with you on that, Random. That would have been crazy. Yeah. Oh no, you haven't seen that? Oh, Random. Come on, man. If you have not seen that, you are in for a treat. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're finishing up here within the next 10, 15 minutes. right when we're done, man. Anthony Hernandez, Cowboy Cerrone. It is. It's great. I'm not even going to give any quotes from it or anything. Just go watch it. It's awesome. Norma Dumont. This is the co-main event. Yeah, perfect.
Awesome.
Norma Dumont, Jonathan Edwards. People can say what they want. I love this fight. Do I love it as a co-main event? But I love this fight. Why are you laughing, Chase?
I got nothing, bro. I'm sorry.
Okay. Norma Dumont.
I know nothing about female fights unless they're like the top.
Pull up their records for me and help me out. You guys gotta help guide me a little bit.
Thanks, bro. I got you. This is what I'm good at for these girls.
So Jocelyn Edwards, who she got a finish in her last fight, right?
Okay, I'll go to hers real quick because I got Dumont.
Pull up Jocelyn Edwards.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, this is interesting because they like Norma Dumont. So I wonder, they like both these ladies. This is an interesting matchup.
Edwards is actually on a 4-fight winning streak too.
Yeah.
So she's not too bad. She fought in 2024. She won 25. She beat a bunch of female names I don't know, but she got 4 wins. And they actually been all by finishes, which is kind of cool. Sub, KO, TKO, KO, TKO, sub.
Dumont. Who did Dumont fight in her last fight? Help me out. This is such a good matchup.
It actually looks pretty decent on record. Let me see Dumont's, though, because the other girl got a bunch of finishes the last 4, which is kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, this fight's going to stay on the feet.
Ooh, this girl is a very decision-based girl. Oh, they kind of fought the same people. Okay. Yeah. She fought 2 of the same people that Edwards fought. And they're all by decision, though. Dang.
Who was Dumont's last fight?
Let me click on her profile. She's from Brazil. Kathleen Vieira.
Yes. Yeah.
And
that was a decision win?
Yeah, all of her wins are decision wins.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not all of them, but like the last 5.
Right, recent. No, Dumont's a clean striker. She's a strong grappler. Jocelyn Edwards is a really dynamic striker, though, and I feel like she's going to have the power and maybe the speed too.
On paper, she's finishing people, so I would go with her.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough. Dumont's really smart, though, and she's a game plan fighter.
Is she? Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I could
teach me something because I don't know.
It's gonna be tough. Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, this is gonna be fun to tape. I'm interested in this one.
We're doing MMA math though, and let's just be funny for a minute. They both fought Chandler. He subbed Chandler. The other girl only beat her by split decision.
Okay, that's Julie Chandler.
I think. Let me look. It was something. Shalissa or Cheryl, something like that. I don't know. Something Steve Chandler. Some
all American right. We'll move on to this main event here, Chase. Right. But no, yeah, this is going to be a good fight. Especially, I don't think I would care if it wasn't. I don't think a lot of people really care if it wasn't.
If it's a terrible fight, you're going to hear it from me next Sunday.
That's fair. I'll take that on the chin. I'll take that just on the chin, just like I did the Gilbert loss, and the Thiago Moises loss. Main event.
Hey, I think the same thing.
Okay, so yeah, that's all we'll do for that. We're an hour in, just over an hour in, and we are on the main event.
All right.
So now everyone who's been rocking with us, we got a new friend of the chat here, Random, which is he's been awesome.
What's up, Random?
So we are on the main event of UFC 116. They are in Las Vegas at the Apex. Aljamain Sterling and Yusuf Zalal in the main event. Yeah. What do you have on this one, Chase?
I like Sterling. I think he's been looking good lately. Even against that loss that he had against Imavov, I thought he looked better than not Leon Edwards. What's his face? The one that he just fought. Whatever. Anyways, I thought Aljamain Sterling has been looking really good at 145. We'll see how he does in this one. If he's going to be like a contender at 145, it kind of depends on how he shows out in this fight. Now, Yusuf is a really game fighter. I think this fight puts him on the map. So it's like one of those things you're juggling with either guy. My heart's telling me Sterling, but my mind's telling me Zalal. So if I had to bet, I'd probably go with Zalal, but I'd really like to see Sterling win and get in the picture.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to do tape on this one.
Okay.
Sterling, I mean, yeah, early lean Sterling.
Yeah.
He's just able to get the fight into his world.
Yeah, especially if it's going to go for grappling and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. I mean, he subbed Emmett. Beat Cater. So did Sterling.
Yeah, he's relentless. Zalal's movement might give him early, but yeah, his movement might give Sterling trouble early, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the longer the fight goes on, like Sterling's not going to stop trying to grapple. You know what I mean?
And that's where Zalal wants to be at. And if he's on bottom, I'm not really thinking Sterling's going to have a problem with that too much. It isn't going to be. Because you see, was it who was Zalal's last fight? The veteran power puncher that he fought. Was it that he submitted? Josh Emmett, yeah.
That was the last fight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not going to happen in this fight. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like an armbar off your back?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks like Chase and I are both on Sterling. Am I right on that, Chase? You said Sterling, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think if I had to bet and I had to put money on it, then I would probably go honestly with Sterling. By it, razor thin thing. I have to go with my heart. My mind's telling me Zalal, but my heart's telling me Sterling, and I can't go against it.
Yeah, this is a good fight. But it is worth saying this card was originally Joaquin Buckley versus Sean Brady,
which I didn't know.
That got pushed. Yeah, because when you look up on Google here, we'll finish up on this, Chase.
Okay, cool.
When you go over here to Google, that's what it says here at the top is Brady versus Buckley. And so I was like, what the heck? I'm like, oh yeah, that fight was supposed to be soon. All right, Chase. So we're just gonna go through the next few events here. So who's ever rocking with us, we've had a few people in and out of the chat. Our boy Random's been locked in the whole time.
Cool.
So we're just gonna look and see, and Random and who's ever else in the chat with us, please dive in. What fights we're looking forward to the most over these next couple months or so? Just gonna go through here. Mainly gonna focus on the main and co-mains because that's what round 3 does. We are a main and co-main focused show. So we just went through the main and co-main of the last card. Not too much there. But then May 2nd, it looks like we get a little. Do we get a breather here or no? No, we don't. So JDM versus Carlos Prates in the main event. And then we have Benny Dariush versus Quillen Southclid.
Oh, the Australian kid. That's the one that.
Yeah, he's the Australian guy. Yeah, Southkid. Yeah, it's a tough name to pronounce.
His parents are bakers.
Yeah, Random's in the chat saying that Southkid KO is going to be free money.
I would think so. Yeah.
Okay, you guys are hating on my boy Benny. All right.
I mean,
that's what they said again. I took Benny against Money Moicano. Everyone else wasn't, but Money Moicano's not.
This is usually when he gets the knockouts, though, when everybody's dissing on Dariush, unfortunately.
Sal killed. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that random. Sorry, go ahead, Chase.
No, I got Salkid on that one. I like his
Yeah.
fighting style. He's really fun to watch, and he's kind of crazy, which makes him even more fun. Young too.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. What do we got next? Yeah, we got Strickland and Chimaev, and then
Let's go
Josh
Strickland.
Van versus Tarsura Tyra. That's May 9th.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a really good one. Yeah, Chimaev's a storm early. We're gonna see if it can hold up. You know, you can call me crazy, but I like Strickland, third, fourth, or fifth.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do. And I took him against Fluffy, and that was actually round three's very first week was the Sean Strickland versus Fluffy card. And I took Strickland that week, and I took Sergey Spivak as my underdog lock of the week, and they both hit, and they were both underdogs. And yeah, we started the channel off nice. So I think early lean, and probably not even early lean. I'm with you on Van. Yeah, I'm with you on Van. I think Chimaev's. Yeah, Chimaev sub around 1 or 2 sub for Chimaev. You can take Sean by TKO third, fourth, or fifth, or fourth, fifth, or by decision. Those are my plays for that one. Josh Van, however you like. I'm with you on that, random. Love some Josh Van. Okay, Remy MMA. Shout out. We got another person in the chat. It says, I think Tyra is going to just take him down and submit him. That's very likely. I think you can take the main and co-main same way. Chimaev early, Strickland late in the main, and then in the co-main you can take Tyra early, Van late. That's how I see those.
And then they moved the Sean Brady fight on that card, and then also the
Sean Brady fights on that card?
Yeah, and they put the Volkov.
Oh wow! How far down on the card? Oh wow! Geez, they're not even the featured bout.
Yeah, this is the best card that I've seen in a minute.
Oh man, Bobby Green and Jeremy Stevens. Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned this, man. Alexander Volkov and Walter Cortacasa. That's a great main card. Is this international fight? No. Oh, that's July's international fight weeks.
Dude, every fight in this card is insane.
Yeah.
Every fight. Like you got even
Jan's out though. Jan's out. Jan's not fighting.
Okay, well that's fine. They even got
Blachowicz. That's what they said anyways. What fights do you like on what are your favorite fights on this card, Chase?
I always like Volkov. It would be nice to see actually what Hamzat's training partner does. You got Kopylov is fighting on there, which Kopylov is great. He's like hit or miss, but I do like watching him fight. You got Grant Dawson fighting on this card too. Dude, it's an awesome card. Just the whole card's sweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Kopylov.
Dude, the Swedish guy that was the Bellator champion for a long time.
Who?
Amazov or whatever his name is. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw him.
He's sick. He's super sick.
Yeah, shout out to Random XBX and shout out to Remy MMA for being active in the chat. Remy, do you run a breakdown show or anything? Yeah, Yaroslav's good, man. Yaroslav's good. I have seen highlights. So that's doing a little just studying. You do TikTok. Okay. Nice.
Sweet.
Joel Alvarez. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna move on from this card. Yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one, guys. May 9th. UFC 328. And I think, did you say, yeah, Mel Costa? I'm with you. I think Mel Costa is going to do Arnold Allen dirty. And I like Arnold Allen. I really do. But, yeah, I don't know. The activity, man. You know me, Chase. I mean, let's go to Arnold Allen right now. So he lost to Jean Silva by decision in January. Then he didn't fight at all in 2025. And then he lost to Avloev in January 2024. Yeah, and then he beat Giga by decision in July of 2024. And then he only fought once in 2023, and that was a loss against Max Holloway. Yeah, I'm not like Allen's good. He's talented, but he said he couldn't even KO Giga. Not fair enough, though. Giga, I think, didn't he just have his first KO loss against Vallejos?
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, it wasn't like everyone's been KOing Giga, but I hear you, though. I hear you. I mean,
he talks about it.
Arnold Allen should have.
On the Casuals podcast. I watched his when he was on there. He talks about it a bit, about how that fight went and everything else. He kind of breaks it down a bit too. So if you guys are bored, got some time, he's awesome to hear on the podcast. I'm a fan of his now.
You're talking about Arnold
Allen? Giga.
Oh, Giga. Oh, okay.
Yeah, because he was kind of talking about his next fight and stuff too.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna see what else we can find here. Oh, geez.
There's not too much else. I mean, unless we're trying to really break it down.
They really have Shauna Bannon in a co-main event. And Nicole Kalari. What is happening? Ketlin Vieira. Oh my gosh. This is terrible.
Yeah, because they're just trying to throw cards together at this point. They'll do like one super card and then the rest of them they can kind of throw together. Like these fight nights are getting worse and worse.
tkodds is still in the UFC. Polyana Viana is still in the. They're just keeping people around for bodies.
They need them with how many shows they're running a show every single week.
Trey Ogden still in the UFC at 18-7.
Brother, if I
Cody Brundage is fighting again. This guy fights every month.
They like him.
Cody Brundage is 11-9. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. All right, we're getting off this card. Let's see.
There ain't much else. Not from what I can see. I just went through the.
Yeah. I'd like some Yadong Song, but Taliesin Teixeira's getting co-main events. I'm like, what are we doing? Yeah, I'm with you on that, Random. I'm not beating up cards in a hole. I'm not trying to be rude here, be like casual. Like I'm with you on that. These are all professional fighters. They all deserve respect. But I'm just talking like top of the bill here. Like you hardly ever see a ladies fight at this level in the co-main event and the featured bout. You never see that in cards. So I don't know. What are you thinking of this stuff, Chase? What are you making of this? I feel like I've been talking a ton here.
No, you're good. I mean, at this point, it's like it just seems like UFC's uninterested in the UFC. Like they're putting so much love and everything else to the Zuffa boxing that they're leaving some of their shows behind. They just need to pull back. They don't have to. I mean, maybe they do with the new streaming rights and everything else, or the way they're running it on Paramount. They have to run a fight every week, but like they need to pull back
Yeah.
because some of these cards are getting watered down.
Yeah, because look, May
I mean, like I
16.
said, I made a joke about it, but at this point, if I win my next 2 fights, I'll probably get called to the UFC.
I mean, Chase, I think you're more than capable
Thank
of
you.
hanging with the people
You
who
know
have
what
been on the
I'm saying,
Contender
man.
Series.
I'm not trying to down myself or nothing like that, but the way they're doing it, like how they're just bringing people up just
No,
because.
man, I think you can definitely fight in the Contender Series without a doubt.
Thank you.
Without a doubt. That's if I don't see another card here. Let's see, Gabriel Bonfim versus Bilal Muhammad. No. All right, here we are. This is the White House card, right?
Yeah.
Might as well. Taporia, Gaethje at the top of the bill. Chat, random. Remy, if you're still out there, what do you think? They just want to get rid of Bilal. Hold on, now that you said that, let me go back. You hold on a minute. I think Bilal actually's got a chance to get Bonfim now. Hold on, let's take a look at this matchup here. Is this the Bonfim that almost lost to Wonder Boy? It is.
Mm-hmm.
No. I don't mind Bilal in this matchup. This is fine matchmaking. I don't think they want to get rid of Bilal. Yeah, okay. I'm with you on that. I don't know about schooling, but I think 5 rounds. Yeah, I'll take Bilal in a 5-round fight against Bonfim, early lean. Yeah, for sure. What else we got on this card? Oh, Ewo getting a co-main event spot. Good for him. You familiar with Ewo?
I not sure.
Just click on him if you can. If you got this pulled up, Chase, check it out. You might remember. He got a knockout.
Yeah, they keep on promoting him.
Yeah, a lot. They like him a lot. He had the back and forth war with what's his name. It was the run fight like 2 fights ago. Like he almost got knocked out, and then he ended up getting the knockout.
Right.
Evo. Iwo Baranuski, who was it? Help me out, random. Who did he fight a few fights ago? It was a crazy slobber knocker.
Austin Lane?
No, he knocked out Austin Lane last fight. Fight before that.
Ebo Aslan. And then you had...
Oh, Ebo. Yeah, Ebo. It was Ebo. Yeah, you got it. That's funny. Ebo, this guy says. That's funny. Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah, Ebo, I don't even remember his last name. He hasn't panned out to be as great as they were expecting. Yeah, Ebo. Yeah, that was funny. Who's he fighting? Billy Alcana. Okay. Emmanuel Rodriguez. He's good. Okay, Matt Schnell is still fighting. How old is Matt Schnell? 36. Yeah, I thought Matt Schnell was done. I really did. Bruno Silva. Edgar Chairez. I think I like Edgar Chairez in that matchup. It's a good card. Sorry, Remy got me looking back at that one, talking about Bilal. All right, so talk to me, Chase. What fight are you looking forward to most on the Freedom Fight card? Is that what they're calling it, right? Freedom Fights?
Freedom 250 or something like that. I'm not looking at this card at all, honestly. I would like to see Pereira just get a win. That'd be nice. But the rest of the card's kind of... Okay. I mean, I think it's okay. I mean, I think it's about as good as these fight night cards are. There's some talent on here, and they could be really good fights, but I don't know. It seems like they got a couple good names on here and stuff, but there's nothing like super hype for me about it. We'll break it down later, though. I think it's probably a little late for me.
Say that again, Chase. I'm sorry, buddy.
I said no. I'm down to break down a little bit more, but it's getting kind of late for me over here.
Oh yeah, it is 10:30, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now let's wrap up. Remy, random. Tell me, what round does Ilia Topuria win his fight against Gaethje? And then we will get out of here. And Chase, tell me, what round do you think he gets it done?
Second.
Second. Remy
Yeah,
saying first. Random, you got a round? I'm seeing distance 4. 4, I don't understand. You're saying distance? I don't know what the 4 at the end means. But I'm saying round, I'd say round 1 or 2. Gaethje is tough. Yeah, I mean, I think 2. I think 2, 3, or 4 is not a bad one. Distance 4 or 5 or distance. I like that. I like that a lot. Okay. All right, guys. Chase, I appreciate you rocking with me so late. Anything else for the people? We've had some faithful ones tonight, so. All right. We will see you guys next week at round 3 dinner.